What's worse than missing a call from a client? Missing it and realizing that your fancy new phone system just didn't let you know. If you're running a small business, your phone setup can make or break your customer relationships. So in this video, I'll break down what Talkroute does best, where it might fall short for some, and how to know if it's the right fit for you before you give it a try. And it's worth mentioning before we even start that there's one surprising feature that actually helps Talkroute outshine some of the bigger names out there, but we'll get to that here in a bit. So first, let's give a quick overview. So Talkroute is a virtual phone system for businesses that launched in 2013, founded by brothers Paul and Eric Howie, after finding that existing options were too expensive and complicated for small business needs. Now today, Talkroute lets US and Canadian users run their business phone from calls to texts and voicemails on any mobile or desktop device without extra hardware or contracts. The company remains led by its original founders, focusing on affordability and ease of use for people that are working remotely or on the go. So now that you know who's actually behind Talkroute, right, and what it actually does, let's dig into who the service is really for. And quick spoiler alert, so it's not one size fits all, and picking the right fit can make or break how smoothly your team stays connected. So let's see who the platform is really for here. All right, so Talkroute is really designed for solo entrepreneurs, freelancers, and small teams who need a straightforward, affordable way to handle business calls, texts, and voicemails across any device. If someone's starting a side hustle, running a small service company, or managing remote work, Talkroute keeps things simple. There's no IT department required. So for example, a landscaping business with a handful of employees, they could use Talkroute to set up a business line, route calls, and keep customer messages organized, all without installing any special equipment. But here's where Talkroute isn't the best fit. So if a business needs really big league features like advanced contact center tools, deep unified communications, or support for dozens of departments, it'll probably hit a wall. Companies wanting things like call center analytics, massive integrations, or global phone coverage should look at more robust systems instead. Now, the company continues to grow and can scale with your business, but advanced functionality may be a little bit limited. Now, if you're thinking, well, great, this sounds perfect for my business, then now is a really good time to try it out yourself. So Talkroute actually offers a totally free 7-day trial, no contracts or commitments whatsoever. Just click right up here or in the link in the description to start your free trial. And if you decide to upgrade at any point using that link, it'll also get you 20% off for your first year. But what about the basics that everyone cares about? Like, will your calls actually sound good and go through when you need them the most? Well, let's get into call quality and reliability, because if a phone system drops the ball there, really nothing else matters. So call quality and uptime are areas where Talkroute really separates itself from some other virtual systems that I hinted at in the intro here. So unlike typical VoIP-only setups, Talkroute's calls are routed over the regular telephone network when possible, which means that you're not always relying solely on your internet or Wi-Fi for call quality. Now, on their official reliability page, Talkroute claims an impressive 99.98% uptime record, supported by multiple US-based data centers to help keep calls running smoothly, even if part of the network has an issue. And looking at user reviews across platforms like G2, Capterra, and Trustpilot, feedback about connection clarity is generally positive, with many users noting that the call experience is reliable, calls are clear, and drop calls are very rare. However, there are scattered reports of brief service interruptions or occasional, longer ring times, often tied to device setups or local network quirks. And as with most VoIP systems out there, final call quality can sometimes depend on a user's mobile signal or internet connection, especially when using smartphones for work calls. So Talkroute's approach of, blending telephone network reliability with internet flexibility gives small businesses a bit more confidence they won't miss important calls due to glitches, but a shaky Wi-Fi or cell signal can still trip things up for any provider. So next up here, let's talk about text messaging. So how does Talkroute handle SMS and MMS, and what are the rules that you need to know? Talkroute supports both SMS and MMS messaging for all local and toll-free business numbers in the US and Canada. That means that you and your team can send and receive regular text, photos, or attachments directly from your desktop, web, or mobile app. So there's really no need to juggle personal phone numbers or third-party texting tools. Text to email notifications are also available. When a business text comes in, you'll get an email alert with all the details, making it easy to stay connected even when you're away from the app. Now for compliance, Talkroute does automatically handle required A2P 10 DLC registration for local numbers, keeping messages carrier compliant, and avoiding unnecessary spam filtering. Just note that additional fees may apply for registration. The basic plan allows up to 500 messages per month, while Plus, Pro, and Enterprise, those plans, they offer unlimited texting. And all plans do enable emoji and web links and messages, and MMS image support is built in for every number. But as with most business texting setups, international SMS is not available. All right, so ready to see what day-to-day features actually make a difference? Well, let's break down how Talkroute handles calls, voicemails, and beyond. Talkroute packs a ton of practical features into its phone system, most of which are designed to keep things simple and help small teams look organized. With them, you get a customizable auto attendant or IVR to greet callers and route them to the right person or department, along with unlimited extensions so that call flows match your business setup. Ring groups let calls hit several phones at once as well, and you can transfer live calls between team members, which is a lifesaver during the busy days. Voicemail comes standard with the option to receive messages right in the app or as emailed audio files, and you can personalize greetings for different phone numbers or teams as well. There's also built-in voicemail transcription, which makes it easy to scan for urgent messages, while the online dashboard lets you adjust call routing, set business hours or holidays, and view analytics all in a couple clicks. And for businesses who need to record their calls, there is both incoming and outgoing call recording, which is available on the higher tier plans. Now, managing everything in Talkroute, it works from a web dashboard, desktop, or mobile app. So whether the team's in the office or out on service calls, everyone stays in sync without ever missing a beat. But if your workflow depends on other tools like CRMs or messaging apps, there's one more thing to look at. Can Talkroute actually play nice with the rest of your tech stack? Well, let's get into integrations and see where it stands. Talkroute's main integration win is its official Zapier connection, which gives even small teams the power to automate repetitive tasks or link their phone system with popular web-based tools. Through Zapier, Talkroute can connect with apps like Slack, Gmail, Google Sheets, HubSpot, and Trello, opening up a lot of workflow shortcuts. For instance, you can get a Slack channel alert the moment that a voicemail lands so that no customer message goes unnoticed. You can also instantly send an email via Gmail when a business call is missed, making sure that someone follows up right away. And you can log details of completed calls in Google Sheets for easy lead tracking and record keeping. You can also send new text message details to Discord or create a Trello card from a missed phone call, whatever fits best with how the team actually handles the incoming requests. Now, setting these up, these types of things, they're pretty cool and frankly pretty straightforward, and administrators can customize triggers so only certain types of calls or messages create automations. And while native built-in integrations with major CRMs are still missing, Zapier can often fill those gaps for most small business needs. And it's worth noting that these automations are excellent for keeping your business responsive and organized, especially if no one wants to manually forward voicemails or hunt for missed call info. And if you need even more than that, like advanced analytics or two-way CRM syncing, you'll probably want to supplement Talkroute with additional tools or look for something with deeper integration support. But for basic high-impact automation that I just gave you examples of, most businesses will be all set. Of course, even the best workflow will hit speed bumps sometimes. So let's talk about what kind of support that you'll actually get from Talkroute and how customers rate their experience overall. Now, when it comes to support, Talkroute gives businesses a few solid ways to get help. So every user has access to a robust online help center packed with many different tutorials, troubleshooting articles, and FAQ pages designed to walk teams through common setup and management steps. Beyond self-serve resources, Talkroute offers support by email 24/7, while live chat and phone support are also available weekdays and Saturdays so that you can reach a real person if you get stuck during business hours. New users can schedule up a free setup call with a Talkroute Pro who'll walk you through, custom configuration, answer questions, and give practical advice to speed up onboarding. And again, you can use this link right up here if you need it. But this personalized setup help is a really big highlight for many small teams who want quick answers instead of, hunting through help docs, right? And looking at recent customer feedback out there, so most users describe setup as responsive and knowledgeable, especially for basic troubleshooting and initial support. However, some reviews do mention that live help can be a little bit slower during peak times, not too surprising, and highly technical requests sometimes require email follow-up. Self-service guides get high marks for being clear and easy to search, so most routine issues can be solved really fast without waiting in line. So support is pretty solid, but let's shift gears here to pricing and break down what plans actually include and the real world costs. Talkroute makes pricing easy to understand with 4 straightforward plans. So basic 19 a month, plus 39 a month, pro 59 a month, and then custom priced enterprise for larger businesses. Each plan does cover unlimited calling in the US and Canada, core features like voicemail, auto attendant call routing, video meetings, analytics, and access via desktop, web, and mobile apps. And even the entry-level basic plan includes a dedicated local or toll-free number and 500 text messages per month, with higher tiers bumping up user limits, including numbers, voicemail boxes, and switching texting to unlimited. Now, if more is needed, add-ons like extra users, phone numbers, or voicemail boxes are available for $5 a month each, and Pro or the Enterprise plans, those options add features like advanced call recording, HIPAA compliance, analytics, and a dedicated account manager. All taxes and regulatory fees are baked in, and billing is monthly with no long-term contracts, and every plan includes US-based support around the clock. Now, not sure if you need to start small or level up? Well, the predictability here helps you budget and scale at your own pace, which is nice. Next, let's see what's involved if you want to bring your existing number over to Talkroute or ensure that your calls stay secure and compliant. All right, so moving your existing business phone number to Talkroute is actually pretty painless. You just submit a port request with your number details, sign a letter of authorization, and share a recent copy of your phone bill. Most numbers are moved over in about 5 to 10 business days, and you'll get status updates the whole way with virtually no downtime since your number keeps working until the switch is complete. Talkroute's porting is free, and you can bring over as many local or toll-free numbers as you need. Now for messaging, Talkroute makes sure that all local and toll-free numbers are properly registered for A2P 10DLC and toll-free texting compliance so that your messages don't get caught in carrier spam filters down the line. On the security side, all your voice data and voicemails live in Talkroute's secure US-based cloud. And higher tier plans offer extra layers of compliance, including HIPAA restrictions for healthcare businesses and optional business associate agreements, or BAAs. Basic account access controls help keep your data tied to trusted team members only. All right, so all set up on the phone number security? Well, up next, let's round things out by weighing the main pros and cons, plus a quick verdict for different types of businesses. Talkroute shines for solopreneurs, freelancers, and small businesses that want a cloud phone system that's simple to use and scales affordably as they grow. It delivers a low friction setup, flat pricing with no surprise fees, and bundles in most of the essential call handling, texting, and routing features a smaller team needs. Built-in video meetings and auto attendant tools help businesses look more professional without extra equipment, and management is easy even for non-IT folks. However, Talkroute has limitations that may be deal breakers for some. So international calling and texting, they are not supported, and integration options are mostly limited to Zapier for business workflows with no deep native CRM or help desk connections. All right, so bottom line, if you're a solo operator or a small team or business who wants a budget-friendly, reliable, and full-featured business phone system that gets you up and running fast, Talkroute is a great pick. So again, if you want to try Talkroute completely for free to see if it's for you, go ahead and click right up here to give it a shot. And as a quick reminder, if you do use my link to sign up, you'll get 20% off your first year if you decide to upgrade later. And if you have any questions, as always, please comment below, as I do actually monitor my own comments myself. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.